Why is a gold badge in Pokemon Unite often an indicator of a bad player? No, I'm not talking about every single gold badge that you see inside the game, but generally I'm talking about most gold badge players inside of Pokemon Unite not having a gold badge, but having a gold badge. Bad. I'm emphasizing bad there. Or a medal of dishonor, if you will. All that a gold badge means, really, is you played this Pokemon a lot. It really doesn't mean anything else. Hi everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here. Yeehaw. Let's get into what is going on with a gold badge inside of Pokemon Unite, and also what's going on with a lot of the systems that show you a player's skill inside the game. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the more you play a Pokemon, you will earn these battle ribbons. They're often called badges. A green, blue, and then gold battle ribbon. Basically, you get these just from simply playing a Pokemon more. You actually can get this even faster by using one of those battle points boosters, and you will get double the battle points after a match. In general, you have to play a ton of games to go ahead and get yourself a gold badge. And in general, gold badge players are not good. The biggest reason for this is all this system shows is that you've played a lot of games. In fact, there are a lot of systems inside Pokemon Unite that simply reward you for playing the game rather than doing anything good inside the game. It's, you know, it's interesting. For instance, if you head over to the ranking tabs inside of Pokemon Unite, outside of the global leaderboard, which really only says one thing, whether or not a player is playing in a 5-stack and winning a decent amount inside that 5-stack, you really don't get much good information at all from this. For instance, if you head over to the rankings by Pokemon, you could see that the best Blaziken player out there has played 13,939 games of this with a 99% win rate. These are all done inside of quick matches. There's no indication that this person is playing well at all. In fact, if you look at the trainer info for some of these players, you can see that when you head on over to their quick battles, it's just spamming quick battles inside of a team with one Pokemon over and 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 over, and it's I don't even understand this behavior, I have to be honest with you here, but my point is, it really doesn't show you anything about whether or not this person is good with Blaziken. The best Blaziken in the world has nothing to do with this leaderboard. It has nothing to do with really anything that they show you inside the game. It doesn't matter what your badge is, it doesn't matter where you are on the leaderboard, it doesn't matter what your master rank rating is. All of that stuff is kind of irrelevant because none of it is a good indicator of player skill at all. There is a hidden value, your MMR, that is maybe the closest thing we have to a relative assessment of player skill outside of the one official competition for the game, the Pokemon Unite Championship Series, and of course tournaments that you would see elsewhere. There really is no in-game system that tells you if a player is good. In fact, I would say the in-game systems inside of Pokemon Unite are giving you a false idea of how well you're doing inside the game. This on top of the fact that it's just easy to get into master rank by simply playing a ton of games. You just simply have to play and play and play until you get to the rank that you want rather than actually getting better and better and better at the game. You'll often see your gold badge players doing things that are, well, just classic gold badge maneuvers. Lots of backcapping, items that are insanely confusing. They all seem to really love Goal Getter for some reason, and they all have pretty abysmal win rates, but they all, for whatever reason, have played 14,000 games on a single Pokemon. They love Greninja or Zeraora, and nothing is pulling them off Greninja and Zeraora. They're gonna play it this way until they die. Well, maybe not die, but until, you know, they get bored, which apparently they never do. I think this is unfortunate for a few reasons, because I actually think one-tricking a Pokemon, basically getting really good with one Pokemon and one playstyle, is very advantageous for newer players inside the game. And I've also noticed that when you see gold badge players, there are a few different flavors of them. There is the gold badge Greninja, which we've kind of talked about a bit here. Then there's a gold badge support player. They usually play in duos, trios, and they're actually very solid at that role. They are usually not the same kind of thing as the gold badge Greninja. And then there's the worst kind of gold badge player, which you do see, which is where a Pokemon has been broken and it's been out for a week and they already have a Mewtwo Y gold badge. There are a few different kinds of gold badges you see, and then there's the rare gold badge. Okay, this gold badge is out there, and it's almost like finding a shiny Pokemon. It's like finding a shiny zebra in real life. It's rare, incredibly graceful, beautiful, and it's actually a player with a gold badge who's good. I know what you're thinking. Jake, those don't exist. But I assure you, friend, they actually do. They're just really few and far between. But to get back to what I was talking about before my tangent right there, I do think there's a lot of value in one-tricking a Pokemon. If you take a couple Pokemon you like, let's say you have a roster of 3 or 4 Pokemon that you like to switch between, and it's not too hard to get them inside of games, you can actually start to learn the macro and game mechanics very, very well. So you start to not have to worry about the most basic things with a Pokemon. You don't really need to worry about your water gun secures on Slowbro anymore, and you understand how all the moves works and all the plus variants work. You know how your Unite move is used very well. You can then start to focus on bigger picture things inside of a match of Pokemon Unite. How can you rotate better? How can you make sure that you're with your team better? How can you fight at Rayquaza better? All of those things are actually easier to do once you get away from the early figuring out of the Pokemon's mechanics. If a new player literally had the entire roster unlocked and they just bounced around to every Pokemon, it would actually take them a long time to understand what's going on inside of a match. Unfortunately for a lot of these one-trick gold badge players, there aren't enough systems inside of Pokemon Unite letting you know that you're doing something wrong to really convince them of anything else. In fact, I don't even think they mind when they lose or care that much when they win. I think they only remember the things that worked well and forget about all the things that didn't, because with enough time, it is just like a drop of water continually falling on a rock. They will erode that rock and eventually they will make their way to whatever rank and get whatever they are looking for. Because again, the game really does not care whether or not they're playing well in the current ranked system. This needs to change. It's needed to change for a long time. I don't think this is something that Pokemon Unite is going to change anytime soon, but I do think this is one of the biggest reasons that a gold badge player would not even consider that they aren't playing the game very well. There's nothing telling them that they aren't, except for their win rate, which they've set their profile to private and they think that they can't be seen. It really is a very odd situation in Unite where what should be the most decorated player inside the game, someone you're happy to have on your team, something you're excited to see, wow, this person is really, really good with Charizard, turns into, oh man, our Charizard that's running a Shell Bell is also gold badge and for whatever reason has a rapid fire scarf. We're in a lot of trouble. And then of course you look at them after the game and you're shocked to find out that they have been doing this for 15,000 matches with terrible results. While I don't have a gold badge on any Pokemon in the game, the closest I'm at is 157,000 with Dodrio, and I do worry what's going to happen when I finally get that badge. I mean, is it time for me to hang up my 3 hats and realize that I have now become bad with Dodrio? What really is the solution here outside of the game simply changing their in-game systems? I don't think there's much you can do. I think someone just likes a Pokemon, they're gonna play that one Pokemon forever, and based on the in-game systems, they're gonna think they're doing well, while the rest of us know what a gold badge really means. It means you showed up, and hey, I guess there's something there at least. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you all next time. Nerf. I don't know what to nerf here. Nerf something.